Hello, dear listeners, and welcome back to Book Summary 5, the 5-Minute Summary channel. I'm Sammy, your host. Today, we're diving into Stumbling on Happiness by Daniel Gilbert, published in 2006. This fascinating book explores the science of happiness and how our minds often mislead us in our pursuit of it. Let's explore the key ideas and insights so you'll feel like you've read it cover to cover. Stumbling on Happiness starts with a bold claim. We are not very good at predicting what will make us happy. Daniel Gilbert, a Harvard psychologist, takes us on a journey through the quirks of the human mind, revealing how our brains often trick us into making decisions that don't actually lead to happiness. The book is a mix of psychology, philosophy, and humor, all aimed at helping us understand why we so often stumble in our quest for happiness. One of the central themes in the book is the idea that our brains are wired to imagine the future, but not necessarily in ways that are accurate or beneficial. Gilbert explains that humans have a unique ability called prospection, which allows us to think about and plan for the future. This ability is what enables us to imagine how we will feel in future scenarios, but it also comes with significant flaws. Our minds tend to fill in the gaps with information that may not be accurate, leading us to make predictions about our future happiness that are often wrong. Gilbert introduces the concept of affective forecasting, which is the process of predicting how we will feel in the future. Research shows that we are surprisingly bad at this. We often overestimate the impact of both positive and negative events on our long-term happiness. For example, we might think that getting a promotion or buying a new house will make us much happier than it actually does, or that a breakup or job loss will make us much more miserable than it eventually will. Gilbert explains that our minds tend to exaggerate the emotional impact of future events, leading to decisions that don't necessarily bring us the happiness we expect. Another key idea in the book is the concept of presentism, which is the tendency to project our current feelings and preferences onto our future selves. Gilbert argues that when we try to predict how we will feel in the future, we often base those predictions on how we feel right now. However, our future selves may have different desires, needs, and emotions, which means that the things we think will make us happy now may not have the same effect later. This can lead to decisions that make sense in the moment, but don't lead to long-term satisfaction. Gilbert also explores the idea of experience versus memory in our pursuit of happiness. He explains that there is often a disconnect between the experiences we have and the way we remember them. Our memories are not perfect recordings of our experiences. Instead, they are reconstructed based on fragments of information. This means that the way we remember an event can be quite different from how we actually experienced it at the time. This distortion in memory can influence our future decisions, as we may base them on how we remember feeling rather than on how we actually felt. The book also delves into the concept of happiness traps, where we pursue things that we believe will make us happy, only to find that they don't. Gilbert discusses how societal expectations, cultural norms, and even our own misconceptions can lead us into these traps. For instance, we might chase after wealth, status, or beauty, thinking that these will bring us lasting happiness, but often they don't. Instead, true happiness often comes from unexpected sources, such as relationships, personal growth, and meaningful experiences. Gilbert's exploration of social comparison is another important aspect of the book. He explains how we often judge our own happiness based on how we perceive others are doing. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy or dissatisfaction, especially in an age where social media constantly bombards us with curated images of other people's lives. Gilbert suggests that by focusing less on how we compare to others and more on our own unique sources of joy, we can avoid the pitfalls of social comparison and find greater contentment. One of the book's most profound insights is that happiness is often found in the process, not in the destination. Gilbert encourages readers to embrace the journey of life, with all its unpredictability and surprises, rather than constantly striving for some future state of happiness. By doing so, we can learn to appreciate the present moment and find joy in the here and now, rather than always looking ahead to what might be. In summary, Stumbling on Happiness by Daniel Gilbert offers a deep and entertaining exploration of how our minds often lead us astray in our pursuit of happiness. By understanding the limitations of our ability to predict our future happiness, and by recognizing the common traps and misconceptions that can derail us, we can make better decisions and find more genuine, lasting contentment. Gilbert's insights challenge us to rethink how we approach happiness, encouraging us to embrace the unexpected and find joy in the present moment. Thank you for tuning in to Book Summary 5, the 5-minute summary channel. If you enjoyed this summary, please subscribe, like, and share it with your friends. Until next time, happy reading.